Don't forget to scan my QR code and follow me on all social media platforms. If you're new, don't forget to subscribe and don't forget to like all videos. I guess, yeah. So I'm not with nobody, cause I don't wanna hurt nobody. Welcome back to my channel, guys. So for today's video, today, if you're new to this channel, my name is Lori, and on this channel, I keep it 100. If you're not subscribed, please don't forget to tap on the subscribe button and don't forget to smash the like button. With that being said, guys, today is just going to be some story time. I am 46 years old, and I feel at this point that I am going through some menopause, pre-menopause. My mom said that she never experienced menopause at all, and she is 72. But sometimes, guys, I don't know what it is. I get emotional sometimes. I don't want to cry on this video. Okay, so let me just tell you. For the past, I want to say 4 years, I've been dealing with anxiety, panic attacks, and the first time I experienced it, it just came out of nowhere, like literally out of nowhere. I can't even tell you where it's coming from, why it's happening, or what I'm experiencing. Well, I could tell you what I'm experiencing. The first time that it happened, I had a panic. Well, actually, I didn't even know what it was. I actually thought I was just having a heart attack, and I don't know what heart attacks feel like. So when I started searching up heart attacks, I wasn't even experiencing heart attack symptoms. I was having a panic attack. But in my mind, I was like, oh my God, am I having a heart attack? You know, because that was a new thing for me. It was just new. And I didn't know how to control it. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what it was. I don't know I just didn't know. So I just literally felt like, oh my God, am I going to die right in front of my son? You know, I was afraid. I was scared. But I started feeling heart palpitations and lighthead and dizziness and like a hot flash for some odd reason. And I told my son, oh my God, I don't know what's wrong with me. I got to get up and go to the doctor's, like the emergency room. He's like, take a deep breath, Mama, just walk. And so I started pacing around my house, but he started rubbing my shoulders and kind of like massaging the back of my head. And for some reason, it just like went away. All those symptoms, like everything that I was feeling in that moment just vanished. It went away. So I was like, oh my God, is it the physical touch that makes me feel good in that moment? It gives me a sense of comfort. So in that year that it first started happening, it happened for about, I want to say 15 days. And every time I would go to sleep, I would think about what I was feeling like. So right when I woke up in the morning, I immediately felt the same shit all over again. And I'm just like, what's wrong with me? You know, like why am I feeling like this? But I couldn't pinpoint what was going on. Like, I don't know. And every time I would think about it, I would go to sleep and then I would wake up because it would just drag on all through the night. But as time passed, days started getting a little bit better. But then I noticed, you know, I would have these few good months, and then here goes one more month that I'm feeling all again the same way. So I couldn't really figure it out why I was feeling like that. It all started when my doctor said you have a slight high blood pressure and you're going to have to be put on medication. Right from there, I was like, what? I was addicted to pain pills at one point in my life. I've been clean for 8 years. And I had an overdose. After that overdose, it's like I made my mind believe like I'm death afraid of any kind of medication. I don't care what it is. Tylenol, Advil, anything. I'm afraid of taking any medication. I'm not having any craziness in my life. I don't have confrontation. I don't have drama. I don't have problems. I'm not struggling. I'm not struggling financially, mentally. Well, mentally, yes. Physically, no. Financially, no. It's just the feelings of me feeling like that. And so I started seeing a therapist, and I started talking to the therapist. They give you tools and all that. And talking to someone really makes it a whole lot better, because it's like they talk to you like through it when you're experiencing it. And I just felt like talking to somebody really made me feel good. But being in the moment and just feeling those feelings, I can't even explain. All I thought about was, if I died, like I start thinking about death. And the only reason why I start feeling like that or thinking about that is because my heart starts to beat fast, and then I get dizzy, and then in my mind I'm like, damn, what if my son finds me dead? Guys, it's the worst feeling ever, and I don't know why I feel like that. Like, I don't know why I was feeling that way. I can't figure it out. Like, I couldn't figure it out, and I didn't know how to control it. So every time I would feel like that, I would immediately go to the hospital, because I didn't know what was going on with me. And they started telling me, every time I went to the emergency room, panic attacks, anxiety, panic attacks. Is something changing in your life? No. Are you going through anything? No. What's triggering this? I don't know. So when I started seeing therapists, they were like, you might be going through pre-menopause. And I'm just like, I'm only 40. At the time, I was like 42, 43. But then after time started passing, I started trying to figure out, I started reading books, magazines, listening to everything that had to deal with why I'm feeling this way, and podcasts, just different things, you know, just trying to figure out why I'm feeling this way. And it just says, you know, you could be going through pre-menopause. Am I going through pre-menopause? I don't know. And as time started passing, I started figuring out ways to cope with it. So when it happened, I knew what to do to calm myself down. It took a while, but I learned new skills, you know, just trying to, you know, do the breathing techniques and all that. I started going to the gym. I've been going to the gym long before, but you know, you have to make yourself productive. You have to figure out ways. Keep yourself busy, stay productive, talk to people. You know, keeping yourself busy is like the best thing ever. Change your eating habits, because I could promise you, by eating a lot of salt in your food, a lot of sugars, that will trigger a lot of anxiety, panic attacks. It just does. It happens. And so, I mean, there's only so much you can do until you get tired, and then you come home, and then you're relaxing, and then you're either tired and sleepy and you just go to sleep, or you start thinking about it. You know what I'm saying? So I had to change my routine. I had to change my eating habits. I had to change everything. And then my doctor was telling me that I have high blood pressure. So I'm just like, oh, fuck. There's another issue. I already have thyroid disease. I've had thyroid issues since I was 18. And I had hyperthyroid. And then they radioactivate iodined it. And then I have, I guess, hypothyroid. And so I'm on levothyroxine for the rest of my life. And so with the thyroid issue and the high blood pressure issue, all that shit triggers whatever I'm going through. So now that I'm dealing with, you know, these anxiety attacks and panic attacks, and I don't take medication, but I recently started seeing a therapist for medication. I started taking like ashwagandha. Let me back up a little bit. I started taking ashwagandha, changed my eating habits, changed my daily routine. I started taking the ashwagandha tea, ashwagandha gummies, supplements. I started taking a bunch of other supplements, but I don't want to put too much medication and supplements into my body, because at one point I was addicted to pain pills. And when I got off those pain pills, because I had overdosed, and this was back in 2017, so 8 years ago, I had an overdose. I literally died. I died in my house, and my son was right there. So they put Narcan, came back to life, and that was the most scariest shit ever. So when I got off of that, something in my mind, like a chemical, switched. And I'm so afraid. I am death afraid of medications. So any type of medication that my doctor, the blood pressure medication, I feel, oh my God, it's going to stop my heart. What if I die? What if my son finds me? Oh my God, guys, anything that I start taking, I start to think this way. And I'm like, why am I feeling like this? And I pretty much, when she put me on that high blood pressure medication, that's when I started feeling all these panic attacks, anxiety, and all this shit that's going on with me. When she said, you have high blood pressure or a slight high blood pressure and you have to be put on medication. From that day, something in my mind triggered. And now I'm a death afraid of anything, Tylenol, Advil, anything. Because I always feel like it's going to stop my heart. So from that day, I've had these thoughts and these feelings. It's hard. It's hard dealing with these. I don't know if it's premenopause. Like I talked to my doctor. She says you could be going through premenopause, but they can't put a stamp on it because they don't know. My mom went through menopause at 53, 55, but she didn't have any symptoms. And so it's kind of hard to say, is it hereditary? Am I just having it while I'm younger? I don't know. You know, it's kind of hard to say. But like I said, I've been trying to take different medications, and it's been a struggle, guys. It has, because like I changed my whole life, the way I live, everything in a more positive, you know, way. You know, I'm in a great relationship. I have a good son. I've been with my honey for 2 years. He's so good to me, so supportive, and I talk to him literally about everything. I'm very open, you know, of this. And what's so good is that when I told him in the beginning that I experienced panic attacks and anxiety, my son says, I need to teach you how to deal with it when she's having this. And the fact that my son was very open and wanted to teach my husband how to, you know, just talk about everything, I was like, oh my God, I'm so lucky. So my son told my husband, you know, just grab mama, rub her shoulders, rub her head, tell her to breathe. And I'm just like, oh my God, I have the best support system, the best. I couldn't be more grateful. But the fact that I keep feeling these ways, you know, I don't know, I don't get it. And sometimes I just feel, you know, like I don't know what's wrong with me, and what, am I going to feel like this forever? You know, sometimes I feel like unhappy, and I feel worried, and I think about the unknown, and I hate feeling like that, because it takes away a lot of my happiness. And I don't like feeling like that, because I'm so happy, guys. Like I'm in the best space and place that I've ever been in my entire life. I have a good son. I have a good husband. I have a good life. I'm not struggling. I'm happy. I'm content. I'm safe. But why am I feeling like this? Because when I was getting high, 8 years ago when I was getting high, like I didn't have any of these feelings because I was too high. I probably did, but I was too high to recognize and know anything, you know? And so it's like, am I going to feel like this forever? I don't want to feel like this forever. You know? So when I talked to my therapist, at first I was like, I don't want to take medications. I refuse it, and I shut it down, because they would always ask me, let's try some medications. And I kept shutting it down for those 5 years, 4 to 5 years. But I feel like at this point, I don't know how to control when I do have these feelings. So she put me on this medication. It's called Lexapro, SSRIS. 5 milligrams of the Lexapro. She usually starts people off with 10 milligrams, but she started me off with 5 milligrams because I do have panic attacks and anxiety over taking medication. So she wanted to start me off really low. So I've been taking it. And she says side effects is you're going to be feeling dizzy, low sex drive, this and that. And so I'm like, okay, but it doesn't start working in your system for like 2 to 3 weeks. She said, but I'm going to start you on the smallest dose. She says, because you do have panic attacks and anxiety taking pills. So I want to start you off at 5 milligrams. So I was like, okay. So I've been taking this medication and I feel like it hasn't really done anything because I'm on such a small dose. Some days I just want to not take it, and some days I feel happy to take it. You know, there's some days that I have good days and there's some days that I just don't. It seems like when my period comes around too, I feel like I start to feel these feelings. And it kind of makes sense now that I'm thinking about it, because for the past 3 days I've been feeling like this and I'm on my period. So I'm like, okay, that can be part of why I'm feeling this way. Going to start writing down, or I have been writing down, when I feel this way, what did I do, so that I can go back and try to figure out what's triggering it. Let me tell you, yesterday me and my husband were at Walmart walking around looking at barbecue grills, and all of a sudden I got dizzy, lightheaded, and this warm sensation just came up over my body, and then like 30 seconds it just went away like that. But the other symptoms, it lasted for about 30 seconds. And I told my husband, I'm having an anxiety, I'm having a panic attack, baby. And he was like, it's okay, it's okay. So he started rubbing my head, started rubbing my shoulders, my back, and 30 seconds it was gone. So it was like the physical touch, because I felt good. Like, it's okay, nothing's going on. Oh, God, guys. It takes a lot from you. It really does. And it's okay to not be okay. It really is. But it's just being in that moment, feeling those feelings. It's fucked up, man. It really is, because I'm like, fuck, am I the only one that deals with this shit? You know, I hate fucking dealing with this. I hate it, because it's being in the fucking moment that I don't know what the fuck to do. I don't know how to control it. Am I gonna feel like this forever? I don't want to feel like this forever. I don't. I look at other people and I'm like, damn, they look so happy. Are they always happy, or do they have these feelings? I asked my husband, do you ever feel like that? And he's like, no. And I'm just like, what did I do to my body? Drugs, it fucking destroys your body. It does. Drugs destroy your body. What if drugs destroyed my body, but it's catching up to me now? I think of a lot of things, guys, and I fucking hate that I feel like this, because I don't want to feel like this for the rest of my life. Every day, every morning, I listen to motivation. And I put out motivation quotes. And I practice what I preach. But it's like, why am I feeling this way? Just why? Why do I have dizzy spells? Why do I have lightheadedness? Why do I feel unhappy? Why? Why do I feel worried and unhappy sometimes? It's not all the time, but it's just sometimes, and I fucking hate it. I hate it. It's being in that moment that nobody fucking understands. And I can talk to people, but they can give you feedback, but they don't know what the fuck you're going through because they're not experiencing that shit. And I know I'm not the only one that feels like this. I know I'm not. Some days I wake up, oh my God, I feel so good and I feel happy. But then there's some days that I just feel like unhappy, worried. And I don't know why. And I put on this face. I put on this face where I look happy all the time. Because most of the time I am. Okay, let's back that up. Most of the time I am happy and I don't feel these feelings. But there's some days that I just I'll go like 6 months, 3 months feeling so fucking good, full of energy, and just, oh my God, just living this life of happiness. And I don't let nothing bother me, nothing. And then I'll have these couple of days out of this 1 month that I'm just feeling unhappy, and I don't know why. I just hate it. I just hate it. So when I went to talk to that therapist, they gave me medications, and it's already been like 2 weeks that I've been taking it. So I'll have to go back and see her next month to see if the medication's been working. If not, they're gonna bump up the milligram. But I just hope one day, I just hope and pray one day that I stop feeling like this. I told her I don't want to feel sedated. I don't want to feel tired. I don't want to feel drowsy. I don't want to feel like a fucking zombie walking around. I just want to be normal. I just want to live life and feel how I'm living. That's all. I just want to be happy 24/7. Because, like I said, I have a good life, good people surrounded. I got rid of all the negativity motherfuckers that were just using the fuck out of me and sucking the life out of me. I got rid of all of that shit. All of that dirt shit. And I threw it all away. And I've been living this beautiful, stress-free life. And it's been amazing. But these couple of years, when like I said, when my doctor told me about I have to be on this medication for blood pressure, that's when everything turned upside down. Everything. Because it was like a fucking switch. I made my mind believe something, and I don't know how to fucking turn that shit back off. I don't know. All I thought was, when she said you have high blood pressure and you have to be on this medication, all I thought about was, oh my God, I'm gonna fucking die. And ever since that day, I've been having all of these fucking symptoms and these feelings. And I don't know how to get rid of it. Like I said, I have way more better days than bad. But it's when I'm fucking feeling that shit. I'm sorry for my mouth, guys. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get better. But it's when I'm feeling those feelings, I don't know how to get out of it. I don't know how to stop it. I don't. So if you guys deal with that same issue and you have tips, please help your girl out. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel so that when I make more videos just like this, or if you're interested in me making more videos just like this, I will continue to make and create videos like this, because I think it's important, because you're not alone, and I know I'm not alone. We can be there for each other. God puts people in people's paths for a reason. And I feel maybe I'm making this video because you need me and I need you. I don't know. Don't know. But anyways, guys, with that being said, this is going to be the end of the video. I'm sorry that I was cursing and venting, but I feel like this is a way of me expressing myself and, just opening up about how, I'm feeling. Because I know I'm not alone, and you're not alone either. So let's communicate. Don't forget to subscribe. With that being said, don't forget to follow me on all social media platforms. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Have a blessed day. Remember, anxiety happens when you feel like you have to do everything at once and you have no control over nothing. You have every control over everything you do, but you cannot control other people. Don't ever lose your faith and don't ever give up trying. Always believe in the Lord, pray, and you got this. You're not alone.